Daniel with Bottles of Truth, and I want to get right into it. Today I want to discuss the hypocrisy surrounding criticism of Colin Kaepernick. So let's jump right into it. So if you're not closely following, Colin Kaepernick is a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, has a success in the past has fallen some hard times as a player, and he, this preseason, has not been standing up for the national anthem. And this is the first time like he suited up in his, pads and stuff, and he refused to stand up. And I'm going to put a link in the comments to the story and what he said. But basically he said, I'm not going to stand up for this anthem, this pledge, when black people are being oppressed every day. Bodies are in the streets, people are being killed, and the people who do it, who, in his words, commit murder, are getting paid leave. So he basically is looking at police brutality in the United States, treatment of black people in various circumstances, and he's saying, you know what? I'll be honest with you, I just can't get down with this flag. And that is interesting to me, but what really gets my attention is the criticism of him. Now let's think about the hypocrisy around this. There are people who are criticizing him because he won't stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag. What is one of our core principles that we talk about in this country? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. Now, so we have this idea. We talk about this being the land of the free and the home of the brave. And yet somebody uses their freedom and we criticize them. We attack them. He gets called the N-word. People saying, I hope you tear your ACL. I hope you get injured. All because he exercised the very freedoms that the people who fought for that flag fought for him to have. Think about that. You have soldiers, you have military people all throughout the United States who fought for him and me and all of us to have the freedom in this country to express ourselves. And then he uses it in a way that a good number of people don't like, and now they're criticizing that very freedom. I just think the hypocrisy surrounding that is crazy. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who's upset with him is a hypocrite. I'm not saying that. I had a great conversation on Facebook, and one particular person was saying that their family, their grandparents, their parents were in the military, and they saw how it offended them because they have a certain idea of what the flag stands for. And so when they see Colin Kaepernick doing that, it offends them. And I get it. But like I said in that post, I'm going to say it again. This is not the same America for everybody. I did a past video about this. We all grow up in a different America. It's not the same for everybody. There is no one United States of America. When you're white, America's different for you than when you're black, than when you're Muslim, than when you're poor, than when you're rich, than when you're middle class, than when you're male, than when you're female, than when you're gay or transgender or straight. America is different. It is not the same America for all of us, especially people of color. So then I was reading this morning, although in just a sense of irony, a story in Bloomberg and in the Baltimore Sun that apparently the city of Baltimore, who we just found out was stripping black people of their constitutional rights, ironic, the stories have been coming out that Baltimore has been participating in a secret surveillance program where they've been using a Cessna plane to fly over the city of Baltimore, 25 blocks in particular, I believe, and they've been recording people and housing that footage that could be used to exonerate people who have been accused of crimes. This is America we're talking about. America. A city in America. This was used in Iraq, and now it's being used in Baltimore. A plane, secret surveillance is being used on American citizens, funded privately with no information about who the donor is. So when Colin Kaepernick says, I don't think that America is what it says it is, I think that's what he's saying. When people say America isn't for me what it is for you, it doesn't mean freedom for me. It doesn't mean bravery for me. To me, it means genocide. It means oppression. It means triumph. It means tragedy. It means innovation. It means pain. It means suffering. When people say America means different, something entirely different to them, look, we need to be listening to people. I think that's part of the problem. And I even have to make sure I work on it. We don't listen to each other enough. So you come from a different vantage point than I do, and then we argue with each other about who's right. We're both right. As long as we're telling the truth, we're both right. Because we have different experiences in this country. And so I just had to make this video. I had to talk about this because there is a hypocrisy in criticizing Colin Kaepernick for exercising the very freedom that military people fought for. And then we have reports like the Baltimore Department of Justice report, the Ferguson report, unarmed black people being killed in the streets, and now this report about a secret surveillance program that came out of Bloomberg and the Baltimore Sun. And we say, well, I don't understand why he's upset. This is why he's upset. Because it's not the same for everybody. And not everybody knows what it's like to be free in this country.